Let's preserve the natural heat to the best of our ability here. Get the hair down. And get the hood up. Ugh. There. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Fat, yes. Yes, fat. Well, well, well. Whew. Great performance on the episode uploaded today. What episode went up today? If you don't mind me asking. I'm not sure which episode that is. But thanks. Oh, The Secrets of Disney, yeah. Man, it is really fucking like cold today. Whoa. It's foggy and cold, which means that it's like, man, I wish I had enough wood to make a fire right now. Dude, I'd totally make a fire right now. I'd make a total fire, but I don't think I have enough wood. Gotta order some more wood. You're feeling quite positive? That's good, Duck. I hope that it doesn't take a negative turn tonight, because I'm feeling okay too. I'm feeling super positive, but I'm feeling okay, you know. Not feeling super negative. Ugh. Just kind of cold, to be honest with you. Dinor's loving it, though. Dude is like, he's digging it out here. He's enjoying himself. You turned 20, celebrated with your bong and your lighter. That's awesome. I've been talking to this cute dude for the past 2 weeks, so I'm feeling positive. Hey, look at you. You're one step closer to seeing that booty jiggle. Paul the Monk, one of my homies I buy from, hooked me up with bud earlier. So I'm gonna shower and pack the cob bowl with y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. Today was Mom's last day of work. Now she gets to retire. I'm happy for her. That being said, I also had to shovel my driveway from almost 2 feet of snow, so I'm made of soreness. Well, you win some, you lose some. It's the great circle. One person's toils ends and one just beginning. My chickens are getting close to being done melting, so they're starting to be nicer. You mean molting? I'm assuming you've been molting. Ugh. That's good. It's good that your chickens are being nicer. Melted chicken doesn't sound too bad. No, it doesn't, dude. Dude, meat, what if meat melted like cheese and you could have cheese meat? You know what I mean? Like if you heated a steak up enough, it just melted like cheesy meat. Pour that shit over the top of your mashed potatoes. Yeah. Cheesy meat, dude. I'm all about it. Somebody make it happen. What are you even grossed out about, man? My dude. What are you grossed out about, my dude? Isn't that basically what happens with every solid in the right conditions? Solid to liquid to gas, right? I guess, yeah. I don't know how you would melt meat, but I guess you could liquefy it somehow. They've made cheese that can be placed on the grill. Dope. Meat in a can. Aerosolized meat. Ooh, yeah, dude. Just spray some meat in the air and just let everybody breathe their dinner. Made it from San Diego to Washington in 2.5 days safely. That's a long fucking drive. That's a long drive. I got an ad before this. Does that mean you get monetization for this? Yes and no. Like I'll probably make this month, I'll probably make like $5 from YouTube ads. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Yeah, my channel has been on the naughty list for whatever reason. I don't know exactly what I did to earn it, but my channel has been on the naughty list for some time. Maybe because of the chimp attack incident. Yeah, that could have been it. Pretty sure it was on the naughty list before that, though, but the chimp attack probably didn't help. How dare I? How dare I laugh at something so serious? But I've learned my lesson now. I make nothing but positive content for you guys now. Heard the screaming, scary stuff. Yeah, dude, who knows? Who knows what that was about? Favorite historical topic? I've always been pretty fascinated by like the Olmecs, Toltecs, Aztecs, and Incas, and the Egyptians. Paul, do you live in a place where it snows in the winter? Yes. Yes, yes. Who really built the pyramids? Aliens. Yeah, the big Olmec stone heads. Like they're really not sure how those were made in the absence of modern carving tools and metallurgy and shit. They have really no clue how the Olmec heads were made. We lost that technology to time, yeah. Yeah, Olmecs were a Stone Age culture, so obsidian and stone tools. Dinore built the pyramids. Did you build the pyramids, Dinore? Did you? Did you build them? Would you tell me if you built them? You too cold? You want to go inside? You don't feel too cold. You feel okay. Dinore. Here's Dinore for you. Dun 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 dun. Hello. Come see me. Come on. Hey, it's a Dinore. It's a Dinore. Dinore looks like a professional. He is. Is it true that people aren't smarter now than we were about 1,000 years ago? We just have more knowledge to build off from. I mean, I think that makes sense. I do think that the average person is probably more well informed than we were 1,000 years ago. But if you think that well informed about events on the planet equals intelligence, I don't know. I really don't think so. Yeah, I mean, we just have more access to broader base of information. We've had time for some of our better minds to puzzle through the mysteries of the universe, and we can very easily look at something that would have just absolutely stymied our ancestors and go, oh, that's how that works. Okay. Doesn't mean we're smarter. I mean, most people don't even understand gravity. I'm one of them. Like I kind of understand gravity, but I don't really. The way that gravity interacts on a planetary level, like what goes up must go down. I think pretty much everybody understands that. But the way that gravity interacts on a universal level, like that shit drives me insane. Like I have no fucking clue. It's like gravity warps the fabric of space-time, right? Gravity is a force that exerts pressure on space-time and creates wells in space-time that attract other pieces of matter. Am I right about that? Does that sound like it was complete bullshit? God holds you to the earth, yeah. Close. Well, I tried. Time in a way around a large object like the pyramids or skyscrapers moves a bit slower. Then we should all stand next to large objects. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Yeah, if you want to age slower, stand next to something large. Time moves slightly slower next to something large. Well, maybe not something large, something of great mass. Hello, hello. How does it go? Where does it stop? Nobody does know. Your cells are still going to age regardless of time. Well, doesn't aging require time? I think it's something to do with gravity. Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about. It's funny to think that something can be massive and small. Yeah. Tiny little black hole, you know, could be massive but tiny. Like spaceman. Like, yeah, the physics shit. I gotta be honest with you, that shit blows my fucking mind, bro. Like, the idea that, like, time slows down the faster you travel, right? That's right. So the faster you're moving, the slower time is moving. I don't even know. I think that's true. I think that's true, but I don't understand why that would be true. Time literally can't keep up. Huh. Really complicated math. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, just as a concept, I don't understand it. Is it because space and time are it's because space and time are literally the same thing. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me either, bro. It may be very well true, but it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't have that kind of brain, I guess. Oh, D. Oh, D. The question about it that I have is, does your perception of time slow as well, or is it just time? Uh, Whatever, dude. I'm really an idiot when it comes to physics. You should mention this channel more on DFF. Why? Guys, you got to understand something here. Like, I'm really not looking to build this channel. There was somebody that was in the comments of one of the like recent videos, I think, who's like, this channel has lost over 100 subs in the last 60 days or something. And I was just like, dude, if I was like, I don't care. Like, the people that want this know where to find it, and the people that don't want it don't want it. You know, there are a ton of people who wouldn't spend fucking 5 minutes sitting here listening to me ramble. I mean, for me, this is cozy. For me, this is fun. I assume that that's true for a lot of other people, but I mean, as it stands, like, I could give a fuck. As long as there's a core group of people out there that wants to hear from me, like, I don't care. Imagine caring, yeah. Imagine that. I mean, I think what we do here most of the time is just kind of commiserate, you know? Mostly. About our powerlessness over the big things, you know? We're not altogether powerless over everything in our lives, but over the big things we sure are. Well, as I say every time I catch you is, thanks for your time. I enjoy listening to you. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving me a whole room full of people to talk to as I sit on my foggy back porch. Do you age faster because you're so massive? Dude, I think so. I think I do, honestly. I think if I was less massive, time would move slower, you know? Do you think the best way forward as humanity would be to get rid of the concept of money and value in that sense, and prioritize everyone's quality of life instead? I mean, that would be prioritizing everybody's quality of life could still lead to problems, because people's quality of life could require the extraction of the very same resources that are destroying the planet. So, but yeah, I mean, would I like to see humanity get over this need to use barter and trade and capital in order to exchange goods and services? Yes. Do I think it's gonna fucking happen? No. Do I think people would be happier and healthier and better off for it? Yes. Do I think that you could convince a tenth of the people that you'd need to, let alone 100% of the people that you'd need to get it done? No. And there's a lot of things I'd like to see for humanity, you know what I mean? Our imaginations, our collective imagination has affected me with these sci-fi kind of ideas about humanity and technology mixing, about humanity discovering technology that allows it to escape the bubble of its own creation and to move out across the universe and explore and expand. Or perhaps to join with some machine and become some other type of consciousness. But the truth of the matter is, we're about to burn out on this fucking planet. We don't have the time that it would take for us to achieve that sort of lofty possibility. Smoke you up, you're trying to get high? I mean, I can't, dude. I'll smoke myself up, though, and see if I can transfer some high to you. couldn't separate ourselves from the notions of identity like gay, straight, black, white, conservative, liberal, Republican, Democrat, etc., we could move forward quicker as individuals, probably. Paul, I've heard you talk about 2001 being the beginning of the new dark ages. When do you think it all started to go downhill? I mean, we had kind of a gilded age brought to the average person by your friendly neighborhood labor union. And then I'd say in the 1980s, things started to take a slide. And in the year 2001, we basically collectively went insane and forgot what made our country special, and started a cycle of just absolute extraction and absolute transfer of wealth from the lower class to the upper classes, and a cycle of unending war. You know, we've been at war without end for going on 20 years now. That's fucking unprecedented in the history of this country. 20 fucking years we've been at war, and it looks like there's no end in sight. COVID exposed just how weak this country really is. Not really how weak, but how unwilling this country's powerful are to do what's right in a crisis. If you don't wield power and you live in the United States, you should be terrified, because COVID has shown you what the people who you trust to take care of you think about you. They think that you don't even deserve a house over your fucking head. That's what it's come to at this point. They're willing to risk all of what you have in order to keep what they have, every cent of it, even though they don't need 99% of what they have. So, COVID didn't necessarily show off the weakness of the United States. What it did show the United States, or at least what I hope it showed the United States, was that the powerful, the owner class, is willing to do pretty much anything in order to keep what they have, and that your life is forfeit. And I knew that before COVID. I've been preaching that shit before COVID. But I think there are a lot of people in the United States that didn't know that until COVID. And still a lot of people in the United States that don't know that despite COVID. Have you ever seen the Howard Stern 9/11 broadcast? Really shows where we were back then. Yeah, I've seen it. I've listened to it a number of times. It's a very forensic thing for me, trying to understand what happened that day and to suss it out in my own mind. And the Howard Stern broadcast is just an absolute piece of fucking world history. It's an expression of a national attitude, and really a snapshot of a national reaction to a tragedy unlike anything that nation had ever seen. $1,200 checks would just mortgage our children's future, huh? They don't have any problem mortgaging your children's future with constant fucking escalating betting and casino-like fucking behavior on Wall Street. But I tell you what, when it comes to actually taking care of you, they really care about your children's future. They're really very much invested in the future of your children. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. And this fog is really closed in now. I can't even see the trees anymore. It's just like I'm living in a cloud. Inflation rates are incredibly low right now. Stimulus wouldn't increase inflation to some crazy level as Republicans claim. Whatever. I mean, who cares? I don't even want to argue it. I don't even want to argue it with political minded people anymore. Like the investment that people have in the electoral process to affect any fucking substantive change is beyond sickening to me at this point. I really feel sad for people who are still invested in it. Really, really fucking intelligent people that look at it and go, oh, well. And then they'll tell you, like, oh, voting costs nothing. Like, voting takes no time, so why not just do it and then do other things? But then they spend entire swaths of their fucking year talking about how they're supposed to vote. And all of that energy goes unaccounted for when you ask them about it. They don't even really see that as a problem. They don't see the fact that they're a good leftist mind whose energy was spent for 8 months trying to convince people that Marx and Engels would vote for fucking Joe Biden. Oh, Dios mío, man. The message of hope is a strong one, I gotta tell you. But oftentimes it causes people, I think, to really ignore to their detriment the problems that are destroying them. I think people should be hopeful with their local community in mind. I agree. I don't think people should have any hope whatsoever in the DNC churning out a fucking politician that's going to help us. I don't think people should have any hope in the electoral process, which is run lock, stock, and barrel by the moneyed interests that are destroying us all, in changing a fucking thing of substance. Why would you identify with Marx and Engels? I don't necessarily identify with Marx and Engels. I just think it's patently absurd to think that Marx and Engels would advocate for voting for a person like Joe Biden and a party like the Democratic Party of America. And it's always just a punt, dude. It's always just a fucking, like, kick the can down the road a little bit. And let's do the fucking, and it's always the same argument. It's always this lesser of two evils argument. And that argument leaves so many fucking people in its dust. So many forgotten people who don't even come up when that argument is being made cycle after cycle. Like the people of Flint, fucking Michigan, who are still, many of them, having to drink nothing but bottled water, can't even use the water that comes out of their taps due to the lead contamination there. Forgotten. Their lives remain a fucking nightmare no matter which person is sitting on the throne of America. No matter who they vote for. No matter how many local initiatives they take their time to try and get passed. It's not even negligence, it just feels malicious. I don't know what to think anymore, man. I think we're all scared, really. I think that's really what's going on, and I'm scared shitless. So maybe that's just me projecting, but I think a lot of people are really frightened right now, and I think that they know deep down that we're heading towards the edge of a cliff, and that we can't pump the brakes, and it's dark. We can't really see where that cliff is, but we know somewhere out there in that darkness is a fucking cliff. And I think we're scared shitless, and I think that people want people who give a positive answer. I think that it's natural for us to seek out problem solvers at a time like this, but I just don't think that there's any kind of brain, any kind of problem solving that's going to unfuck this mess. There's no amount of incremental change. There's no amount of working within the broken system that's stacked against you that is going to unfuck this planet and steer humanity away from the cliff that we're all inexorably driving towards. So follow me up, cause the ship at the go. I'm doing 500, I'm out of control. Oh, and there's nowhere to go. Oh, and there's nowhere to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. Oh, no, 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 do, 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 do. Four in the morning, and I'm zoning. They say I'm possessed. It's the omen. I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300 bitches. We're the Trojans, baby. We livin' in the moment. I've been the realest for the longest, and I'm committed. I'm devoted, and you know it, and you know it. Ah! So follow me up, cause this shit about to go. Go! I'm doing 500. I'm out of control. Go! And there's nowhere to go. Go! And there's no way to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. Man, that fucking song. That is Black Skinhead by Kanye West off my favorite album of his, Yeezus. Yeezus gets slept on a lot. A lot of people hate Yeezus, in fact, because it sounds a lot different from his other shit, but that's exactly why I like it. But I am finished. I'm devoted. And you know it. And you know it. Ow! Kanye went techno in a bad way on that album. I don't think so, bro. Sorry. I am a god. Hurry up with my damn massage in a French-ass restaurant. Hurry up with my damn croissant. I am a god. Dude, that whole album is just chock full of bangers, for sure. I like Bound 2 as well. A lot of people hate on that song because it's different. What you doing round all these Jamaicans? This that prom shit. This that what we doing, don't tell your mom shit. Got a fresh cut straight out the salon, bitch. I know you're tired of loving with nobody to love. Nobody, no. Paul was a Dirt Nasty fan back in the day. Yeah, I like some Dirt Nasty. I could get with some Dirt Nasty. Why not? I got a gold chain like it was 1980. I'm on cocaine. Dude, who doesn't like Dirt Nasty? Mr. Clean dislikes Dirt Nasty. Probably so, I would imagine. They seem to be opposed to one another pretty philosophically. A benevolent dictator cannot exist. Power corrupts. Maybe so, maybe not. What's the topic? I don't really think there is one right now. Topic is pretty slow. But I'm fine with that. The great thing about doing these out here is that there's plenty for me to look at when the topic is slow. What's the least intimidating name ever? I'm locked in on Theodore. Percy. Percy. No, I don't have any bird feeders out. I was talking to Amelia today about how we need to get some hummingbird feeders because I bet if we hung a few of those out here in the spring, I have lots of little hummers. Nobody's afraid of a Percy. Went to the St. Louis Zoo for the first time today. It was really incredible and I loved it. My favorite was the Insectarium. Got a cool zoo story? A cool zoo story. I don't know. There used to be this monkey that would jerk off every time he saw my stepdad when we'd go to the zoo in Fresno. Became a meme in the family that he had a girlfriend in the monkey cage. Every time we went, this one monkey would fucking see Steve, my stepdad, and just start beating off. Oh. No, I never really had a desire to drive a motorcycle. I've ridden dirt bikes and stuff before. So, like in a recreational way, I can get with the motorcycle thing. Like, I can ride a dirt bike okay, but as far as like riding one on the street, no thank you. I'm a little too skittish for that shit. I've just seen too many fucking like poor bastard fucking motorcycle drivers get fucked up. I had this next door neighbor when I was growing up. I was friends with her kids. She was a kind of like a motorcycle enthusiast. Well, really, she wasn't. And then when she retired, she started dating this older guy that was into motorcycles, ended up in this fucking horrible motorcycle accident, lost an eye. Dinor, come on. Lost an eyeball, fucked up, has to walk with a cane for the rest of her life. It's like, you see shit like that, and it's like, nah, man, no, nope. Motorcycle's an easy way to get mangled, yeah, or paralyzed or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'll take a seatbelt and airbags and shit, thank you. What's going on here? Oh, you don't want a light there, Match. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. Are you really? Cool. You were in the womb in 99? Oof. Yeah, that's not the kind of party I want to party. 99, I was 19, living on my own in a new state, getting laid on the regular. I felt pretty good about 1999. It was a good year. Yeah, thank you for reminding me I'm ancient. Thank you for reminding me how truly ancient I am. My coyotes. Hear them? You never forget that once you've heard it. Dinor is right here with me. Get the shotgun. Yeah. Now those coyotes are like a mile or more away. Pretty spooky, huh? Pretty crazy. Heard people say they sound much closer than they are. Well, they're that call that they make. That high-pitched plaintive wail that they make along with the howl is meant to travel over miles and miles and miles. I grew up around coyotes, and so I can tell you that those coyotes were at the very least a mile away. Wanna go inside, bud? You're cold. Let's put you inside. Get you inside. I live in a little carved out semi-residential area out here in the wilderness where there are a number of houses kind of on their own lots. But to that direction of me, there is nothing. It's literally just empty, empty, empty fields. Train track, empty field. It's like just emptiness that way. And yeah, those coyotes. I've heard them a couple of times, just not on the show yet. I'm kind of glad you guys got to hear them too. How many acres that way? I don't fucking know. Hundreds and hundreds of acres of empty land. I haven't been visited by the owl again since that night, but I'm sure he or she is out there. Yeah. Now you know the difference between a coyote and a human having a mental breakdown. Planning a trip now with the wifey, hoping to go to the coast and just like be beach bums for about a week. That's really like the plan. I haven't taken what I would call a vacation in over 2 years. So yeah, it's time. Wait, you're married? Yes, yes. When? Sometime after January, I think. Maybe February is what we're looking at. I think by that time, we'll be at a place with the show where we'll have enough stuff in the bank where I can take a full week and just. My plan is to just turn the phone off, basically. Have it on for emergencies in case somebody fucking dies, but just not look at it, not concern myself with it. Get a temp flip phone. Yeah, just get like a burner. I'm actually seriously considering now. I won't be able to not have a smartphone because you need one to do shit like this. But I'm seriously considering getting a smartphone, having it for like emergencies and travel and shit, and then just keeping a dumb phone on me all the time, hooked to the same number that I use just to text and shit during the day because I just don't need it. I do not think my life has been enriched in any appreciable way by getting into my cell phone as much as I have been. And so, something must be done. Texting on a dumb phone is a pain without that keyboard. Well, they make dumb phones that have smartphone-esque keyboards. Good night, Joey. Funny how society tolerates certain addictions like caffeine and smartphone usage. Oh yeah, as long as it's an addiction that a good significant portion of society partakes in, then it becomes a normalized addiction. Alcohol and smartphones, the scourges of humanity. Maybe so. I don't know if those are the two sole twin scourges of humanity, but they're definitely not helping things. And that's what happened to weed now. It's so normalized that stoner humor is where the whole where the whole joke is smoking weed don't hold up. Yeah, that's true. Like you can't really like pot humor doesn't work very well anymore. That's very true. Addiction is interesting. It is. I'm participating in it right now. My nicotine addiction, my probable cannabis addiction. How am I enjoying Cyberpunk? I'm not. I'm waiting for there to be patches to Cyberpunk before I even play it again, and I'll probably just re-roll my character. I'm not that far into Cyberpunk, and it's just unplayable, buggy, crashy mess. So when it's cleaned up, I'll play it because it's pretty fun. I got it on PC. There's a 17 gigabyte update today. Oh, well, then maybe I can check it out again. No, I got it on PC. Yeah, Zach just told me. I didn't know. Maybe I'll pop back into it tomorrow or this weekend. I really don't. Like, Cyberpunk is one of those games where, like, especially right now when we're, like, hard charging into the Christmas week, I can't, like, I just don't have the time. I don't play League of Legends, no. I do like MOBAs, though. I'm not very good at them, but I enjoy them. My two favorites are Dota 2 and Heroes of the Storm, with an honorable mention to Smite. I do enjoy myself some Smite as well. Auto saves often enough. I haven't lost any major progress when it crashes. Yeah, It's not really the progress loss that I was worried about with the crashes that I was experiencing. It was more just the annoyance of it. Just driving down the street and, oh, I just lost 5 minutes and I've got to go redo that 5 minute drive. And then it crashes again. And it's like, okay. It just, whatever. Just not, not great. Just gets real fucking annoying real quick. And I don't like being annoyed when I play games, so. I like MOBA, but I get kind of frustrated easily. Yeah, I mean, you've really got to like. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you I don't get frustrated playing MOBAs, but it's kind of like a good kind of frustration for me sometimes. I can get overboard. Like, I remember sometimes, like, people that didn't even want to play with me because I'd get so fucking salty and negative playing them. Other than Jason. Jason's really the only person I've ever met that can put up with my salt and negativity in a MOBA when it gets really bad. But on the flip side, it can be really fun when you just are in the right mood and you're not feeling like, oh God, a fucking win is everything. Like, if you can get over that and just kind of chill, MOBAs are pretty fun. I'm a cutie patootie. Holy shit, bro. I don't need to hear that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Yeah, I like playing MOBAs with people, and I like playing MOBAs absolutely alone in solo queue, where I pretend that the people on my team are just bots, and the people on the other team are bots. Like, that's really what I do in my head when I'm playing solo queue. I'm like, these aren't really people, these are bots, so there's no need to get mad at them. There's no need to get angry at them for anything stupid that they may do. They're bots, they don't know any better. For me, it crashes every hour or two when I boot back in, almost at the exact same spot, so I guess I'm lucky. Yeah, I mean, it's just annoying. Like, I don't want to play a game where, like, I'm constantly worried that it's going to crash every time I go around a corner or some shit. So maybe this patch fixed it or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Modern online gaming is really fucking boring, guys. Really, really, really fucking boring, with a few exceptions. There are some games that it's really fun to play online with your friends. Monster Hunter, I guess Minecraft can be kind of fun, but by and large, multiplayer gaming is really fucking boring now. Really fucking boring. They're making a Monster Hunter movie. Yes, they are. I play it on PC. I play Monster Hunter on the PC. I'm playing Minecraft with the Pixelmon mod right now, and it's awesome. Yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of really, really boring online interaction now. Like, all these fucking first-person shooters and fucking battle royale shooters and shit. It's just like, ugh. What a fucking grind. What a slog. What an uninteractive just nightmare. Just jump in and shoot at each other and spend 30 minutes just to die, and you get a few little points and then just do it again. Yeah, pretty sad. Yeah, loot boxes. Yeah, I miss the old arcade style shooters. Yeah. Well, those don't exist anymore. Strategy games were fun with a friend, Yeah, strategy games and like real-time strategy games. I remember playing a lot of StarCraft and Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 2 back in the day with my friends. Those were fun. But Man, can I just, as a complete aside, say I am sick to death of having fucking allergies. I would so like to not have constant post-nasal drip every second of every fucking day, like I have for the last at least 15 to 20 years of my fucking life. The new climate hasn't helped. I mean, anytime you move from one type of climate to another, and you're a person like me, you're gonna have your allergies are gonna be a little worse, and mine certainly have. But fuck, dude, it's just all day, every day. I could take allergy pills, the ones that really work well for me when I'm feeling like I'm feeling right now, which is just like overwhelmed with allergens. The ones that work for me the best are Benadryls, and those make me really drowsy. So, and I don't like getting, like, having to take Claritin and shit every day. I just can't do that shit. It just sucks, dude. Saw something about a guy inventing these microfilters that go in your nose and had a high level of effectiveness treating allergies, but the corporation that owns Claritin bought the rights to shelve it. Damn. If big, if true. I don't know, man. It's one of those things I've kind of given up on. There's a couple of my health problems that I've kind of just been like, well, this is just how I'm gonna live, you know. Like my back. Every day I'm in pain all day with that. And I've just kind of like, you know, I have been losing weight, and continuing to lose weight will help a little bit with that. But my life is going to be pain for the rest of my life with that. The fucking sniffles and shit, the constant post-nasal drip, the constant fucking. You tried getting THC lotion since you're in a legal state. I use it on my neck and back, and it helps. I've used it before, and it helps a little bit. But the thing that's helped me the most is the stretching regimen that I do. I actually have this thing called a chirp wheel. It's 3 wheels. It's like a roller for your back, like a foam roller style thing, but it's different sizes. I use those pretty much every day to stretch myself. I've got a series of stretches that are very basic that I do a couple of times a day, usually at the beginning and the end of the day, to stretch my back out really good. I try not sit like I'm sitting right now. Like, I really do need to rig something up so that I can sit back like this and not be like hunched over while I'm doing these. Because that certainly doesn't help my back pain. Do you go to the chiropractor? I don't. I do have a mic stand. Yeah, I could set up a little mic stand. I used to have a little arm for this that worked good, but it rusted. I need to get a new one. So I'll get a new arm for this thing and hook it up to a table out here somewhere, and that'll be fine. That'll help a lot. I'm just at this point right now where I'm kind of tired of, like, you know, I just moved from an apartment to a house, which is a little more space and stuff. And so I want to get, like, for example, for the last like 5 years or more, probably, my books have all just been in a box because I don't really want to take them out of the box, put them on a fucking bookshelf just to take them off and move again. Well, at this point, I'd like to get a bookshelf so I can put my books on it. And, you know, area rugs. Like, our house is all 100% hardwood, every room. There's no carpet anywhere in the house. So we need to get some big area rugs. that we like to look at that look cool in the house, and I need to get a coffee table, and I need to get this, and I need to get that. It's just like I feel like I've been buying stuff so much lately, like little things here and there, that I just don't want to do it. Like I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to buy any more stuff. Just little crap, little house crap. Yeah, dude, moving is expensive as fuck, and it always is. It's always way more expensive than you think it's gonna be. But to be quite honest with you, I like a lot of the stuff that I'm talking and bitching about having to buy is stuff that I really needed to do a long time ago. Like I've been living pretty fucking Spartan for a while. For really no good reason. I mean, it's a good thing because I've saved up a lot of money, but it's a bad thing because I don't have basic shit. So, like, I still sleep, like, right now, I sleep on a mattress on the floor, and I have for a long time. I don't have a bed stand, I don't have nightstands or end tables or a headboard or any of that shit. I have a memory foam mattress that sits on the floor that I sleep on. And, like, that has to stop. I gotta get a bed, I gotta get a fucking platform for it. I gotta get, something. You know what I mean? I actually, my couch is from a secondhand shop. So I actually saw it online and was able to buy it and have it delivered and all that shit. So yeah, I bought the couch that I have in my living room from a secondhand store. Beds, you don't really get those secondhand, so I'll probably have to get a new one of those. But minimalist living, yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. I would rather have that money as a travel fund or a backup fund in case something happens or whatever than I would rather have stuff, you know? Like, I could fill my house full of stuff. And I'm not saying I don't have any stuff. I do, but not a lot, you know? I don't, I don't collect stuff, you know? I'd rather have the money than the stuff. Oh, let me just do this. Let's see if I can rig something up here. It's a little more comfortable, at least for me. Fuck you guys. I don't care what you have to look at, but for me, I can be a little more comfortable. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Dude, I don't know why all of a sudden I feel really zonked. It probably has something to do with the indica shit that I'm smoking here. I'm not a big beer guy anymore. If you'd asked me that in my 20s, I probably could have rattled off a few beers at you, but I just don't drink anymore, really. I have a beer every once in a fucking blue moon. Having a 24 in the house constantly is expensive. Alcohol generally is a pretty expensive habit. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. I don't look down on anybody who has some drinks or whatever. I don't care, really. You do what you got to do in your life to get through. I did my drinking in my 20s and early 30s and shit, and uh, yeah, it just ain't for me no more. Not my scene anymore, man. I like to get high now. I liked to get high then, too, to be honest with you. But now I just kind of exclusively like to get high. Still in your 20s, you hope to slow your drinking down before you're 30. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good goal. And honestly, it's usually when a lot of people slow their roll and shit. I mean, your 20s are supposed to be crazy and fun if you are the type of person that looks for that. I've met and know a lot of people who are not really looking in their 20s for that kind of like party shit. They're not that kind of personality, so. But, you know, that's what your 20s are for. Yeah, your body will definitely let you know when it's time to chill the fuck out. It'll be like, all right, that's enough of that. That's really kind of like, now, what causes my episodes of syncope? I don't know. My passing out shit that happens to me. I do know that vasovagal syncope is stress triggered. But the last time I passed out was just me not taking care of myself. It was like going long periods of time, like a day or 2 days or more without eating anything, and then just pigging out on a bunch of fucking like fast food and passing out, and just wasn't taking care of myself. I was not in a good headspace, so mentally was not really well taken care of personally. You know, a lot of stress going on, and it just all kind of accumulated, and that was like a big kind of like knock knock, Paul's ego. You're a little old to not be taking care of yourself. So that incident really started me down the road of trying to be a little healthier, and you know, I've done that, which is nice. People call you haggard and you're only 20. Damn. What was the earliest you remember dieting? For me, it was at age 11. I was in the 6th grade when I started to tub up, so I was probably around that same age. Right around the time I hit puberty, which was right around 11 or 12, is when I started to get fat, and that's when I started to, you know, start thinking about like, oh, I better not eat so much of this, or look at, I'd ask my mom, like, how do I lose weight? And she'd make me salad instead of, you know, this or that. And that's really when I became aware of it, probably. Ever tried tofu? Yeah, I'm not a big tofu person. I can't remember being skinny really either. I mean, I can. It's really weird. Like I have memories of being a kid, being 8, 9, 10 years old, and just running everywhere. And it's just like I have these memories of doing it, but the thought of doing that has been so foreign to me for so long that it's almost like somebody else's fucking memories up there. Like some other kid's memories somehow crept into my brain. Oh yeah, me too. When I was a kid, I rode my bike everywhere and ran. If I was going somewhere, I was running. I remember waking up in the morning being really happy for a new day. Me too. Oh shit, wasn't that awesome? Yeah, dude, I remember being a kid and like waking up and going like, "Oh yeah, it's a day. Chicka 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 chicka. You know, go to school, get my backpack, get my thermos. Time to go." You know. Oh boy. Oh. Santa just got this for me. Whoopee. Where does it all go? It gets buried, man. Well, I mean, some of that has to happen for a human being to function. Like we can't just all exist in a state of constant childlike wonder and naivete, but you know, by the same token, our culture crushes a lot of that out of us, you know. Losing all of that is not a good thing. Sorry you're having an existential crisis. That's okay. That's what we do here. This show is basically one long running existential crisis, you know. If you go back and watch it chronologically, you can just watch me cycle through my existential crises. Yeah, I mean it gets beaten out of you to a certain extent. To a certain extent, your brain chemistry and the stuff changes as you get older, so that's responsible for a lot of it. But to a really large extent, our culture beats it out of us. It you know really shames people who engage in any kind of you know. Healthy imagination life or fantasy life, anybody that steps out of the norm, you know, there's a list of pastimes that you're allowed to have and not be a weirdo. Let's put it that way, you know. And it's like, well, why? You know, one of the things in my life that I'm really happy for is that I have been able to, over the last 5 or 6 years of my life, really reclaim and rediscover a little bit of that childlike wonder. I get to look at life as fun and funny sometimes. Not anywhere near often as I'd like, but you know, I can kind of feel that creeping back into my life over the years, and that's a nice thing, and it's all kind of a result of the type of job that I get to do and how fun that job can be and how fulfilling and rewarding that job can be. It's frustrating fighting your inner self to regain that wonder, yeah. And even when you do fight, I mean, I've only been able to reclaim just a little spark of it, you know, just a little sliver of it. You don't get much back, I don't think, once it's gone. That's kind of what I'm saying. The next DFF meetup, there should be a live Highdeology. I did a live Highdeology at the last DFF meetup. How'd you like me now? We sat down for like, I don't know, we did like a 25-minute Highdeology. We just chilled, took questions, made fun of people in the chat, banned a couple of people. It was fun. Food. What the fuck? School at its best made me thought questioning and criticizing things to better understand something was nothing more than some act of playing around and not taking authority seriously or whatever. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Dude, piloting a human body is a strange thing. It really is. And, I don't know. I feel like I'm too stoned to give you much more insight than that. I think I've finally reached the point where I'm too stoned to do a Highdeology. That's nice. It'll happen, you know. What are you going to do? I'm extra tired today, too. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys for chilling. Have a good one. Bye.